Couldn't think of anything. I arrived Montreal already with running on low. And then he was like, Anna, why do you not apply straight to Formula One? And I was like, babes, like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm dreaming about that for sure. And I thought about that so many times already, but like I never thought there would be a possibility, because what should I do there? Like, babes, I'm completely unqualified. And it was like, no, Anna, honestly, no one would fit better into Formula One than you, just because of your like personality and your drive. Obviously, like, you're not applying to become the next Max Verstappen or like Lewis Hamilton, obviously not. And you're also not an engineer, but there's so many things you could do. Also, like hospitality wise, for example, to be fair, I don't think that I see myself doing hospitality long term. Definitely not. I had like a realization yesterday actually, but maybe that's for another episode. Obviously there are a few options, and when he said that to me, I was like, babes, nah. I was really pessimistic, also because I didn't have any energy anymore. Nothing was left. I was like running on 2% basically, and I really wanted to use those 2% to like get it done, to like apply in the cafes. I just sent a voice note to another friend and told her what we're talking about. The time difference, there's like no response straight away, and then my phone died, and I thought about it. I was like, yeah, actually, honestly, fuck it. Why the fuck not? That's actually such a great idea. I'm here in Montreal to work at the Formula One Grand Prix already. Where could I have a better opportunity to apply at Formula One than on a Formula One Grand Prix? Being there in person already, being involved in there, who knows if I will get another chance like this? Why should I not use it? And that's the thing with me. As soon as I have an idea in my head, there's no way I'm not gonna do it. I wouldn't say that was a problem, but it kind of was though, because where should I get the energy from when I'm already on 2%? And like I'm using those 2% to like apply for sponsorship. I was stressing out a bit. I was like, oh, Jesus, I can't. Like, what the hell? But I messaged him after I could charge my phone. I was like, let's fucking do it. I'm in. I'm invested. So we brainstormed. The idea was to record a 30 seconds application video, export it into a QR code, print the QR code on a business card, and then just give it to people. What a genius idea. I was like, Jesus Christ, normally if I would do it, I would need like 2 weeks prior to actually do it professional and like the way I'm happy with it. But obviously I don't have 2 weeks. I have 4 days. I have 4 days to do it. Probably not even, because I need to get it done in those 4 days. I like need to give those cards away in those 4 days. So what I did after my first application run on Monday, where I applied maybe at like 10 places, that's insane. I recorded the application video, went home, edited, created just a YouTube for that, just an email address for that, exported it to a QR code, created some business cards. Jesus. Everything was done by like Monday night. So I went to bed, and Tuesday was a really big day. I planned to apply everywhere that was left on my list, and I think that was like 13 places. There was a strike, so I had to walk everywhere. I just kept going, just get it done. I just pushed for it. I did took my umbrella, and it started pouring, and I was wet. But I had a time schedule. I needed to be finished by 5, and I kept walking. I was like, there's no time to stop and wait until the rain is over. I kept walking. I was completely wet, as I would have jumped in the lake. Like, I applied at one more cafe after I was completely wet. Back home, changed to the next cafes. All of the cafes were in like completely different direction. It took ages and I was like really tired already. And in the last cafe, the girl was so nice. We had such a lovely conversation. I completely forgot the time, like I needed to go. I really wanted to print out my cards on this day because I wanted to use every single day. I need to print that out. I was running to the metro station. Metro wasn't running, and the woman said, oh, you can take the bus. It was already 5:30. The place where I have to print it out closes at 6, and the way into the city would have taken me 25-30 minutes, so just right before they closed. So I was like, okay, change my plans. I looked up the closest print shop I could find. 30-minute walk. I actually was wearing the most uncomfortable shoes. I was running to this print shop, arrived there 10 minutes before closing. There was a queue. I don't know how long. They printed it out 2 minutes before closing. Luckily, there was a girl behind me that was picking up a package, and something was wrong with the package. So I could basically use the cutter. Really needed accurate cards. So I was cutting the whole time. I was I'm so sorry. And they were so lovely. They were like, no, honestly, you're so fine. Don't worry. I was like, oh, bless. I left this print shop. My battery was again on 2%. I go back to this bus station. My feet already hurt. There was a woman waiting with me. The bus should have arrived already at this time. So I asked her, if she's waiting for the bus as well, and if she knows if the bus is coming. And she was like, no. Not only the metro, also the bus is not running. That is not true. That is not true. Because the neighborhood I was in, it was an hour walk to where I have to go. My phone is on 2%. There's no way I can take a bicycle. There's no way I can call someone. So I was like, okay, Anna, you know what? That is fine. It is okay. I was able to look one last time on the map, and then my phone died. But at least I could see where I have to go. One look at the map, that's all I need. I was like, okay, you know what? I can't be bothered to walk an hour in those shoes, and this hour will probably take even longer because my feet hurt so much. So I took off my shoes and started walking in socks through Montreal. I don't care. I started walking and walking and walking. Obviously, I couldn't even listen to music because my phone was dead. You just take this hour to calm down. The last few days, I was rushing around and running around the city, always presenting myself, always introducing myself, explaining my situation, asking for sponsorship. That took so much energy. Just take this walk to calm down and to breathe, to take a break. I was walking and walking, and I was on the right street, so I was already on my way home. And then I came closer to a building, and I saw so many people standing in front of the building. I was like, oh Jesus, what is going on? I was looking at the building. It's the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. For everyone who doesn't know, Ritz-Carlton is one of the best hotels in Montreal, at least, and the Ritz-Carlton is one of the sponsors for the Formula 1 drivers. So obviously, when people stand in front of the hotel, most likely they will be a driver. So I was like, oh Jesus, oh my God, God bless. I printed out my cards. I waited on the side, not in the crowd, because I don't wanted an autograph, because I don't need it. The drivers are talented, and what they do is so impressive, but by the end of the day, we're all humans, and by the end of the day, they're also just another human being as we are. So I get the excitement from the people, but also I have a completely different point of view. And what amazes me about Formula 1 is everything behind it, everything that makes Formula 1 work as a sport. Everything, every single soul and every single person that is part of the Formula 1, that's what amazes me. That's what I find so impressive, and I'm so curious about it, and I just love it. And how everything works in a whole, I just love it. Yeah. But so basically, I wasn't like focused on the drivers. I don't need the drivers. Like, what should I do with my card? You know, like, people I need are the people in the background. Just to mention, obviously my phone was dead. So everyone was like focused on the main entrance. And I was focused on the side entrance. Because I was like, surely like the drivers will go in and go out from the main entrance. But like maybe the people I would need would maybe enter from the side entrance. Maybe. I don't know. That's what I assumed. So I saw 2 doormen there and I went up to them. I was like, hi. Like, there was a younger and older doorman and a concierge. I don't think they were doormen at all. But like anyways, the older doorman was like, hi, are you here for the autographs? I'm like, no, I'm not. May I give you this card? So I gave them the card and I explained basically my mission, what I want to do. And the younger guy was like, I think he loved the idea and I think he loved what I did and like the way I did it. And the older guy was a bit, he was a bit suspect. Like, he took this card, looked at me and was like, the younger guy came like basically down to me and like looked in my eyes and was like, I'm gonna make sure that the cards get to the right people. I was like, bless. Oh my god, that is so kind. Obviously, like, I don't have any insurance that they will do it. Just the reaction was like, was really, really nice. And then I went back and I was able to give out some cards here and there to like some people. Not sure if they were like the right people, the people I needed, but I explained everything in the video, like in the 30 seconds, and like also like obviously wrote a little, not CV, but like a little introduction and stuff, where I see myself contributing in Formula 1. But I was like always looking at the side entrance, and then an older guy went up the stairs to the doorman and like spoke for a few seconds, and then this older guy came up to me and he said something in French. I was like, excuse-moi, because I had no idea what he said. But like when he repeated it the second time, I could understand, like I could tell what he was saying, but like he had a little water and some sweets or like treats in his hand. And he was like pointing at the doorman, and he basically said that the doorman sent him to give me some water and some sweets. Honestly, I was like, oh. That was my highlight of the day. And then after the older guy left, I went like back to the doorman, and the older doorman was like, he was like smiling, and he was like, that was my younger colleague, and I was like, thank you so much. Both of them, they saw the video already, because like I saw them watching and like I waved at them and they like waved back. The older guy said to me, you have such a beautiful smile, never lose it. I'm really gonna cry, honestly. That filled my heart so much. And I went back to where I stood. That's insane now, honestly. I don't even know how to say it. A car came up to the entrance. Alex Albon left the car. After him, Carlos Sainz. Kimi Antonelli came from the side, like walked past me. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like the whole day, I thought I was like living in a fucking movie. 10 minutes before closing to print out the cards, over half an hour in this print shop, wanted to take the bus. I was forced to walked through Montreal in my socks, past the Ritz-Carlton, and saw, I don't know how many drivers. I don't have any battery anymore. That is insane. Honestly, like on my way back, I was like talking to myself the whole time because I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell? Like, that was me the whole time on my way back. Literally, when I saw Kimi coming, they built up barriers on both sides of the entrance. So I was like standing on the right hand side of the entrance, and Kimi came from like the side. Obviously, not only I saw him, like all the people standing on the right hand side with me saw him. And like so many people like run up to him. When the first people did that, like, to be fair, there were like not too many people, maybe 10, but still 10 is like a big amount. When the first people were running towards him, I was like, oh, this poor guy, he's like 18. And like the age, even the age doesn't really matter. Like, it does, but like still, like I felt so sorry, honestly, because I was like, guys, he's 18 and he's like also just like another human being. Just like give him a bit of space, like respect his personal radius. Like he came up with like his coach and the security guards from the main entrance like were running for him to like protect him. It was not fun to see that. Like people would probably say it wasn't that bad because there were not a lot of people, but still I can't imagine how it is to be such a present and public person. Honestly, I felt so sorry. I felt so bad. Yeah. No, I saw a few drivers. And that's the thing. You see them, or at least I saw them, and I thought, yeah, they are Formula One drivers, they're race car drivers, but they're also, I saw just another human being, just another normal person with a great talent, with a job that is one of the most dangerous sports you can do. But we are all humans by the end of the day, and we are all the same. After that, I went home, charged my phone, took a photo of the water in the suites because I was like, that is too sweet to not take a photo of it. It's a random photo. But honestly, that was my highlight. Not seeing the drivers. My highlight was this reaction. Another reaction was from one of the drivers. Obviously not the race car drivers, but the drivers that drive the important people to the circuit and back. I walked up to one of the drivers and introduced myself like, hi, and I gave him the card and told him about what it is and like what I do as well. And he got out of his car and gave me his hand, and he was like he really appreciated and acknowledged what I did. You don't need words. It's just about the action and the body language of the people. I carry that in my heart, for sure. For sure. I asked for his name. I haven't asked the doorman for their names. I should have, because I brought them bagels on Monday to like thank them. And I'm actually not sure if the bagels arrived the right people. This whole day, what in the days? I woke up at 5 because I'm really grateful that I had my friend. He knows where you have to be at what time. He was definitely like such a big support. I woke up at 5 to go to the hotel where, for me, famous photographer is staying. Obviously like in a respectful distance, like crossing paths, saying hi and like introducing myself and giving him the card. I ended up waiting in front of the hotel for 3 hours. I was freezing. While I was waiting, I was writing all the emails to the cafes and the places I applied. Yeah, but basically it was like 3 hours waste of my time. Yeah, that's that. And I went home and I actually wanted to apply at the last 2 cafes, but they're like in completely 2 different directions. That will take me at least 2 hours. No, you know what? Not today. So I got ready, walked into the city and tried to catch basically as many people as I could, as many team members. I need the team members, I need the people behind it, and handed out my cards. I found at least one team member from every single team, which was like actually really successful. But it's not that I just handed out the card. I like went up to them, said, hi, may I give you this card? Because every single person I met was like on the run. And that's me being, I don't want to be too pushy or too forward. And I don't want to interrupt them in their doing. And like I was like also running, like I was empty on energy. And like every single morning I woke up, I messaged my friend saying, I can't. I don't have energy anymore. But like he motivated me. I would have done it in every single case, even if I would feel I can't or I'm low on energy, I would have done it as best as I could, just like in a different pace. And him being there for me, motivating and pushing, that was just like a different pace. I pushed myself further. So that wasn't the problem. It was just like the pace basically. But at the same time, it was good. Like he motivated me in a really good way. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. Was running around the city. And actually it was like, if I look back, it was really successful. But like, and I updated him all the time. I was like, I met like this person, this person, this person. And then halfway through, he was like, Erna, maybe don't only give the card. Maybe like just ask them if they have 10 seconds, like introduce yourself quickly and like say what the card is and like what do you do, what's your mission. I was like, that makes so much sense. Oh my god, you're so right. And I was so angry. I was so angry at myself in this moment because I was like, Erna, that makes so much sense. And that would be completely normal for me as well to do that if I wouldn't run on low energy. But I didn't thought about it. I just like did it. I was so much in like the doing that I didn't thought about the way I do it. That's, I think, also what I meant with, I would have needed a little bit more time to prepare myself mentally also to do that. But I only had 2 days, not even. Yeah, I was so angry. But like at the same time when he said that, I was like, I can't, I don't have energy. After he said that, I did it with one person and that was good. And then he was like, yeah, like keep going. And I was like, I can't. I approached one person introducing myself and I don't have problems to do that, but I don't have energy. Not at all. But like still I did it. After that, even that I said I can't, which I at this point said so many times already, like the days before, I still did it. I still pushed myself to the edge, basically over the edge. I went home after that. I was like, honestly, no, I can't do it. I thought just go home because it got cold and dark as well. Also, I was really overstimulated because the way I spotted them was by the tiniest details. For example, I met 2 joggers and both of them were dressed completely normal, no wristband, nothing. The only detail where I could spot them was by their shoes. Both shoes were black, but they had a tiny Ferrari detail on the back of their shoes. And that's what I mean. Me being so like on the hunt, basically, overstimulated, trying to catch the people, trying to like cross paths with them, and then introducing myself. Like it's just, I was overstimulated. I was overloaded. Went home and I was not happy with my result. I was not happy with how I did it. I wasn't happy with the way I did it. I was so unhappy. I'm not happy with myself. Also very angry at myself because the way I approached them, the 100% I had in that moment. But those 100% in that moment were actually my fully 2%. Not even, probably 1.5. There's no energy left. Like if I would have my normal 100%, my way of approaching would have been so differently. Also, like maybe my body language as well. Like I know, like as I said, like in the moment I scratched everything together and I gave the 100% I had, but the 100% I had in that moment were not my normal 100%. So I was really unhappy with that. But I took that. I was like, tomorrow is a new day. I will take that for tomorrow to like improve it and be better. And woke up on Thursday, same game. Woke up early because Thursdays are media days, so all the people I need, I can catch them with like being near the hotels. So I woke up early, went to the hotels, catched a few people, had a few better talks than like the day before. But still, I was like, yeah, I could feel, oh no, low, danger. Energy is in danger. And then by 8:35, I like met the last people that were already too late to get there. So I squeezed in the last 2 cafes I wanted to apply at. And after that, I had to go home to charge my phone again. And I tried to call another friend, because I doubted myself. There were like 2 situations where I could have sit down and like talk to the people, but also at the same time, I don't want it to like interrupt. And they also didn't offer me a seat. I don't want to be too pushy and like too disrespectful, just like interrupting and sitting down and like talking about myself, which I should have, because I need to take every opportunity I have to connect with the people. My friend said also, Erna, like just talk to them, just like talk something like not random, but like say something. I was like, honestly, if I would say something, I would probably say how I feel right now, and like that. I know like people can relate with like how I feel sometimes, but that wouldn't have room. I know it's valid though, like it is valid, but yeah, wrong setting. After that, applied at the 2 cafes, went back, charged my phone, and tried to go somewhere. And that's what I maybe had to cut out or like put in an extra episode. I think I was like on survival mode the whole time. I wouldn't even say out of my comfort zone, because that's a different thing. It's just like one of my values I completely ignored